If you're revising for the UCAT and you're putting in the hard hours, but you're not seeing your scores improve, you are not alone. Most students, it's not that they're not working enough, it's just that they're working the wrong way. So in this video, I'm going to show you the typical things that people do, why those things fall short, and finally, what the reality is of what you need to be doing to prepare in the kind of way that is likely to get you to do well in the UCAT. So why is UCAT Prep different? Well, the first thing that people get wrong is that they don't understand that UCAT is not a knowledge exam. It's a set of skills that you need to do accurately and under pressure quickly when you need to at the time of delivery for the exam. So it's a different way that you need to prepare, and that means that you need to rethink how you train. One of the tools that we have, actually, if you look in the description below, you'll see a free app that you can use that is going to help you understand exactly how to think about the UCAT and help you start getting into the mind frame to prepare the right way. So just look in the description and click on the link for that. Next, let's look at what students think works but actually isn't helping. So one of the biggest problems that we see with future doc students, and we correct them onto the right path, is that they kind of do what I'd call pseudo-productivity. They do feel-good work that's actually not going to improve their scores, but makes them feel like they are doing something, although it's not really effective. So the first mistake is watching lots of UCAT videos. The irony of you watching a UCAT video to learn this, but it's very good to understand the guides and the principles at first. But what actually makes things, makes you do well is implementing them and learning the skills. Remember, it's not like other exams, so it's not about how well you can take on the knowledge and regurgitate it. It's about how well you can develop those skills and deploy them at speed at the time of the exam. And there are other areas that people get stuck in this kind of non-productive rut. The other one is reading loads of guides over and over again to understand the theory of how to do the technique, but not deploying it. Also doing untimed practice over and over again. Yes, you do need to do that. That needs to form the initial stages of your practice. But again, it's about accuracy and speed. And then finally, failing to or being too avoidant of your areas of weakness. We need to get all of the scores up, especially now that it's dropped to just 4 sections. We need to make sure that we don't really have one weak section, that they're all at a decent level if we want to score highly enough to be invited to interview at medical or dental school. And there is a reason that these methods fail. All of these approaches focus on comfort. The UCAT, however, rewards speed, decision-making, and accuracy under pressure. That mismatch is why many students revise for weeks and plateau without improving. So let's look at what actually works. High UCAT scorers do prepare differently, and there tend to be some themes that we see amongst our students on the Future Doc program once we've trained them to approach this the right way. First is that they do time practice early because they start understanding the bar of how quick they need to be. Don't wait until you're ready. Start training under pressure early. The second thing is to do short, consistent sessions. 30 to 45 minutes daily builds up speed and stamina better than long, irregular sessions. You'll always hear me say, think of it like sprint training. We need to do short, intense bursts because it is a very intense thing on the brain, and then we have long periods of rest to recover and let that learning embed. Also, focus on proper error analysis, not just kind of cursory looking through at why things were wrong, but what was your thinking at the time? What was your logic? Did you misread the question, or did you spend too long on it? It's not just the application of the technique, it's the strategy that you're employing as well. And on that subject of strategy, we need to think of decision-making under pressure versus perfection. Knowing when to skip or guess is equally a very important skill in this exam. And finally, target your weak sections. Don't avoid them or hide from them. Putting some effort into these can lead to some of the biggest gains. The final thing is that you need a mindset shift. A lot of students come to Future Doc because they think that they can't do it, and sometimes they will go all the way to the exam not realizing that it's possible. However, if you get the right sort of help, the right sort of coach who can help you understand how to approach it and start to make you realize that it is something that even if you struggle, you can achieve, then that will help kind of change the way you approach it, and you'll start seeing your scores improve. The UCAT isn't about knowing more, it's about executing strategies quickly, consistently, and under pressure. If your prep always feels comfortable, it's probably not effective enough. You have to get out of your comfort zone and continuously push yourself just to go a little bit faster, whilst maintaining that accuracy, and that is what's going to let you get there. But you have to be willing to put up with a little bit of discomfort as you slowly climb in a stepwise stepwise fashion with your scores. So if there's one thing to take away, it's this. The UCAT doesn't reward effort, it rewards the right kind of effort. If your approach feels busy but you aren't seeing the results from it, it's not a failure, it's a signal. It means that we need to refocus on how we approach it, on our execution of that, and to understand how to prepare for what the exam is actually needing. If you'd like some help with getting you into that mind frame, the Future program helps you through not just the UCAT, but the entire application. UCAT is important, but remember, the other bits around it are just as important. Otherwise, you'll get a good UCAT score, you might get to interview, but you won't get beyond interview. It's about the whole package. So if you'd like some support, we do have limited spaces and you have to interview to see whether you qualify, but you can find out a little bit more about the program here. Otherwise, we have a whole UCAT playlist to show you through some of the things, how to approach questions, how to answer them, revision preparation guides, all of that sort of stuff will be in that playlist there. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.